Hey, seventh grade history, it is Wednesday, and we are halfway through this week, and nobody's more glad than me. We were talking yesterday about inventors, and I kind of wanted to continue that thought process. Some key inventors that I think you need to know about. A guy by the name of Robert Fulton, who actually invents the steam engine. Now you say, what's the big deal? Well, keep in mind, roads hadn't been invented. They really weren't paved. So the only way to get around was on the water. Canals, that's in your book. So the only way to get up a canal is to take a big long pole and stick it into the bottom of the canal and push. And Robert Fulton says, there's got to be a better way than this. They actually, sometimes along the canals, would have mules on either side. They'd throw a rope to the boat and the mule would walk them up on either side. But again, sometimes the edge of those canals aren't really able to be walked on. What if we had a machine that turned a crank, that turned a paddle, that made the boat go? Steam engine. He invented it. And now we have the ability to not only go with the flow of a river, but against the tide. Why? Because of Robert Fulton. A guy by the name of Samuel F.B. Morse. Morse code. So again, we're using telegraph. Well, telegraph, you can't talk on telegraph. You can't, like telephone. We just pick up a phone and go, hey, how you doing? You can't do that. So you have to communicate. Well, how do you communicate? You use what's called Morse code. Samuel F.B. Morse creates Morse code. So little dots and dashes, combinations of dots and dashes, create all the letters, and you're literally going, and now you're sending messages one letter at a time over long distances. Instead of sending a letter, which takes 2 weeks to get there, you can get a message to the next town in just a matter of seconds. But you've got to have a guy who literally understands Morse code and can decipher it and then tap that little thing to talk back. But he invents Morse code, communication. Now it's not just my little community. Now it's all over the country and all over the world. And before you know it, we can mass communicate on social media, and I can put something out there. And I was watching a video last night of my friend who's in Rhode Island talking to my friend who's in Arizona. And they're both on my television screen. I can watch it on my phone, and then I can throw it up on the wall and watch it. What is that? Communication. Where does it start? Telegraph with Samuel F.B. Morse. And then one of my favorites, and I'll tell you this story, it's so crazy. In 1848, they find gold in Sutter's Mill outside of San Francisco. So all these people start landing on San Francisco, which, by the way, makes San Francisco a major city in California. Well, they have these pants, and they're like khaki pants. And they tear real easy, these little cotton pants. You're down in the water, you're working with rocks, they're sharp, they tear these pants. And somebody says, you know, these pants aren't worth keeping. And there was a guy out there who said, what if we made pants out of the same denim material that we make tents out of? And so he started making pants, and he made them blue, and he pop riveted them together, and his name was Levi Strauss. Now, if you ever had a pair of Levi's, you can thank Levi Strauss. So Levi Strauss invents blue jeans, which is an American staple. Cowboys and fashion models and you and me, everybody's got a pair of blue jeans. The reason we have blue jeans is it's tough denim material, but it's also pop riveted together so it won't burst at the seams. Thank you, Levi Strauss. Now you can go to the Levi's outlet store at the outlet mall and buy all this stuff thanks to one guy, Levi Strauss. So again, inventors are cool, and they're mostly Americans. There are people who invent things outside the United States, but we as Americans like the fact that we're inventors. So anyway, just a couple of stories to let you know that it's cool to be an inventor. You should be one too. Have a great day.